Gil at CloseCallSports.com. Deja vu all over again so soon. We talked in Game 4 about Max Muncy and Willy Adames' play. Please look at the video. It's vital to understanding the rule. And we talked about an overslide versus a runner being pushed off or forced off a base. And the reason that I said that Muncy was properly declared out and the force-off rule was not invoked, the protection award for second base wasn't invoked, was because two things. Number one, Muncy didn't have demonstration of the requisite body control to remain on the base absent the fielder's involvement. And number two, if there was any collision, any contact that was initiated here, it was initiated by Muncy, not Adames, the runner, not the fielder. Case in point, Muncy went straight in from first to second base, in this direction, if you will. And then he did a little weird twirl about and his momentum suddenly perpendicularized toward third base, and he crashed into the fielder who reacted by grabbing him, and they all went down. So the benefit of the doubt in that case went to the fielder because Muncy initiated the collision. Now, Game 5, Barnes, not so. It's a complete different situation for me because Barnes is going head first, and there's no contact whatsoever that's being made between fielder and runner until Adames, the fielder, seems to lunge at the runner who's now trying to hook his foot into second to keep himself on the base. And what really gets me is the glove goes to the runner's torso, and that's absolutely fine. You'd expect that. If all this play was the glove going to the runner and the glove possibly pushed him off the base, I probably would say, yeah, the out call is the correct call to make here. But what gets me is the free hand, the non-ball hand, the non-gloved hand of Adames seems to actively go toward the runner's foot or leg that's attached to the foot that happens to be hooked around the base and does a pushing action that causes that leg and foot to break contact with the base. For that reason, I have an active intent, if you will. It doesn't need to be intentional, by the way, by the rule, but in really driving the point home, I feel that the free arm by Adames, the free hand here, really actively pushed Barnes off the base and it caused that out call to occur. Would the foot have remained on the base? That's a judgment call. Again, that's what the rule asks for, you to make a judgment. If you believe in your judgment, had the fielder not done what he did, that foot would have kept the runner on the base, you call the runner safe. You award the runner the base. If you don't believe that, if you believe the runner would have come off the base whether or not the fielder was there, you just allow the out call to stand. So it can be made on both sides of the issue, but I think the key difference, again, the Muncy play, the runner initiated the collision with the fielder and didn't demonstrate requisite body control. Benefit of the doubt was already with the fielder on that play. But with the Barnes play, because the collision was initiated by the fielder, the benefit is no longer with the fielder, and furthermore, I think he actively helped guide the runner off the base. So I have an actual force off the base, a push off the base. Someone said they should just make this straight up obstruction A, and if they made this obstruction A, it would discourage this behavior because the penalty, what's the penalty for obstruction A? Time, and you award the runner the next base. Because the base last achieved by the runner at the time of obstruction, because the runner Barnes already touched second at the time of alleged obstruction or hypothetical obstruction, he would get third base. How crazy would that be? But maybe it would get Adames to stop doing this stuff. Again, I think that Carlson yesterday in Game 4 got the call right, but in Game 5, the umpires at second base is Laz Diaz. And the reason I think that he doesn't get this is because it's tough to see. It's tough to see from your angle. You have to see it's a very subtle move by that inside arm if you're looking outside in, not inside out, or the other way around. It's a tough, subtle thing to see, but if you do see it, you probably should end up calling that. I think that the proper call for Barnes would have been time. You know what? You stay at second. Adames pushed you off, and you're not supposed to do that. Visit us online at CloseCallSports.com. I hope that this compare and contrast helped a little bit in clarification for this rule. And if not, hopefully Adames does it a third game in a row so we can really nail the point home. We'll see you on this site.